VON Hot Rod. It's pretty crazy. Do hot rod. You're my hero. Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in sunny SoCal to visit one of the coolest people in the car culture, VON Hot Rod. Now, most people know Hot Rod as a world-class pinstriper, and he definitely is that. But he's way more than that. He's an artist, a builder, and a consummate entrepreneur. He's also a notoriously private guy, but we're gonna blow the lid off that today.
No stress whatsoever. Nothing. Trust me.
This is gonna be a wild trip. This is where it's at.
Yes.
Hot Rod, man, so great to see you.
Thank you, Dennis.
This is, I mean, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. This is truly an honor.
Thank you.
You're a legend. You're a legend in your own time.
I'm a legend in my own mind.
Well, that works too. But I mean, you really, I mean, you've been living this life all your life.
Yes. Ever since I can remember, ever since I was born, I had a wrench in my hand and I was always doing something.
The hair too.
I did.
Shades?
I came out of the crib. There's a picture of me in my crib and it's got the hair. It's standing up. So.
And you look marvelous.
That's right.
When you got out of school, did you basically start building right then?
Back then, it was spending a Saturday going to junkyards and guys' garages and speed shops collecting parts. And so out of high school, I opened up a shop that you can buy everything under one roof.
So you're building cars, you had the shop going.
Yes.
Saturdays, it became this gathering spot.
Yeah. What it did is everybody used to come there and prep their cars for the local cruise night or hot rod show, like a Good Guys event or whatever come to town. It's called Hot Rod's Hangout. You know, what else would I call it? I sold the shop 9 years ago, and I can never put an S on my name. The shop was called Hot Rods, 'S. So I can't do that. And I thought, gosh, you know, my name's Hot Rod. How am I going to differentiate me from the shop? You know, how can I figure this out? About 18 years ago, a Japanese magazine wrote an article about me and called me VON Hot Rod. So I got a translation and asked them, what's the idea of the VON? And they said, well, that's the highest reverence we can give somebody for the master of their craft. And I go, but yes, I'm taking on the name of Von Dutch. That's kind of tough. Yeah. And so I checked with a lot of other artists, and they were, you know, that's an honor. You know, that's fine with us. And I thought it was an honor to carry the Von name, and I never want to mess it up in any way. I want to represent it fine, because to me, that's a high reverence that they've given me.
So that's where the Von comes from.
That's
so
where it
cool.
comes from.
But these days, everybody pretty much knows you as a big-time pinstriper.
Right.
When did you start pinstriping?
Well, I was always, as a kid, fascinated by the metal flakes and the lace paint, the pinstripe, and never knew how it was done. And of course, grabbed the brush, wrong one, grabbed the paint, wrong paint, and said, I'd like to figure this out one day. And then lo and behold, some guy looks at me and goes, you look interested in this. And I said, absolutely. And he gave me the right brush, gave me a can of paint, and says, here, this is what you do, try it. I laid my first line about 12 inches and I was hooked. And so now I just travel around, as I say, striping the world one hot rod at a time.
I love the studio you've got.
Thank you.
Above the garage. I mean, all the pieces there, you know, I mean, they're from different events that you've...
Different events, different artists all around the world. They've come in from Italy, Germany, Japan, Australia, you know, locally throughout the States. I collect, obviously, hot rod art and pinstriping. And
I think the coolest thing there, though, is your travel case.
Oh, my striping box.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a gift to me. It was done by 61 pinstriping artists. Each guy did one color, signed it, and striped it. And then they presented to me at the Grand National Roadster Show at the Pinstripers Reunion about 2 years ago. We call it the Ark of the Covenant.
It kind of looks like that.
It's great. You want to carry it on the poles and stuff like that.
That's a beauty.
Thank you.
Your place is so cool. Like you've got a lot of history there.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, just even your shoebox. I mean, that goes back a long, long time.
Yeah, 30 years ago I built that shoebox, me and my father. 30 years ago.
And everything.
Everything. Upholstery, the only thing we didn't do is paint. I farmed the paint out. Everything else we did ourselves.
Flathead
Ford. It's out of a 51 Merc running offy heads on a 4-barrel with a magneto.
And it's just got a great profile. She looks good.
Thank you.
You know,
I wanted to build a high school custom where a kid built it and looked like he had just enough to do the essentials. Nose, deck, French, the headlights and taillights, but not chop the top.
Yeah, man, I absolutely love that car.
Thank you.
But I love where it's sitting and what it's surrounded by. I mean, again, just such a great history. I mean, some of those photos, man.
Right. There's a lot of rare photographs in that museum. A lot of them were given to me by, you know, George Barris or Ed Roth or Larry Watson and stuff like that. They were given to me. So.
Well, that one with Winfield, Barris,
oh yeah,
Ed Roth. I mean, where was that? Where was that?
That
taken?
was at the Grand National Roadster Show in Oakland at the time, and it's the announcer, and he's interviewing all the guys, and there's George Barris, Ed Roth, Gene Winfield.
Top hat,
yeah,
you know?
it's
They
got his
all
top
look
hat.
so young.
Yeah, that they do. It's
That had to be taken
great to see.
40
Guys,
years ago, probably 40
late
years
50s.
ago.
I believe it was 57, 58, somebody told me.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's funny because the interviewer's got a reel-to-reel on the floor and he's taping these guys, and I just love to hear that reel-to-reel. Because, you know, when it aired or wherever it was broadcast, it was edited. I want to hear the unedited. Because you know Ed.
Because he was a loose cannon. He was.
Oh, yeah. Well, one time we were interviewing him, and I go, Ed, so what brings you out here? Oh, I'm here with my prize pig. I'm going to win that blue ribbon. I'm like, what does that have to do with the hot rod?
That would be a typical statement from him. Who else you got there?
Well, I've got Larry Watson striping.
That's right.
Annette Vunicello's T-Bird. There's a picture of that.
That's so cool.
I've got a picture of a Pearson Brothers Coupe in primer before it was painted at the Salt Flats.
Wow.
Yeah, black on white. It's a steel, and parked next to it is a car that they used to tow around it. It was a 39 Chevy. Yeah,
And a couple early pictures of Barris's that pickup.
The Dream Truck.
The Dream Truck. And that one shot of Ed Roth in that insane bubble with the fans.
Yes.
And what is
that?
that?
Was Rotar. He made that, you know, part plane, part spaceship, part hot rod. Yeah.
All Ed.
All Ed. All Ed. The funny thing is about Ed is he would make all these cars, you know, the Mysterian or the Beatnik Bandit, and they were so little, and Ed was such a big guy.
Yeah.
So whenever you see him in the bubbles, he's always scrunched down to fit. Yeah.
We even got a shot of the Mysterian in progress,
yes,
right?
I got a picture of Ed working on the Mysterian where because he used to do everything with that plaster Paris.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's doing that with the plaster Paris. He's got it all over him and stuff. So.
You have a garbage can that's by Ed too.
I do.
You?
I used to do pinstriping and art shows at my business. And I invited him down. He used to attend some of the rat fiend parties we had there, and he did one can for me on site. So of course I had to.
You have to have
I have to have it.
That must
odds?
stay forever, right?
Yes.
And on the ceiling, there's these panels.
Yes. In my shop, you got to understand that I wanted to capture 1955, and of course, me only reading about it was they always did graffiti in bathrooms. So I lined my bathroom up with basically signboard material. And anybody that was a car builder, designer, or artist in the industry got to autograph or draw on my bathroom wall. And there's stuff from Steve Stanford, Dick Dean, Norm Gabrowski. All these guys have signed his bathroom. And the walls, I took the walls when I sold the shop, I took the walls with me, and they're mounted on the ceiling of my museum. And it's, you stare at there. Sometimes I'll just lay down and think, oh yeah, I remember when that happened.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's just a really neat piece of history. So.
Well then, not everybody has a dragster in their living room.
Isn't that the norm?
No, it's not. Hot rod, it's really not.
Oh, see, I just thought, you know, everybody's got that one signature piece in their house, and I thought,
That's it.
Why not a 60s dragster? You know,
Well, I walked in, I was like, well, that's different. You know, just sitting against the wall.
Yeah, I was sitting down watching TV one time and looking at this blank wall and thought, you know what? This is a good idea. This is a perfect place.
It looks awesome. And you've gone through so many cars.
Yes.
But you got this beautiful Merc, you got this cool Plymouth, and you don't see many of those.
No, not a 39. That's a 39 Plymouth. You don't see much of. Mostly everybody does Fords.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this Plymouth.
Sure.
Check
absolutely.
it out, man.
All right.
Well, Hot Rod, this is 39 Plymouth. It's kind of odd though. I mean, I think of you as a custom car, a hot rod guy.
Right.
This is street rod.
This is street rod. Yes, I know what happened, right? I kind of got
What
lost on
happened?
the Yeah, this is the only car that I wear a Hawaiian shirt tucked in. No, I mean, I'm kidding. I really don't. But it's my one only street rod I own. I had to have one, and when I drive this, I do get a hard time. Everybody's saying like, okay, you, the hair, the person, don't match the car.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorites. A lot of fun to drive. It's running a 400 small block in it. And it's a blast.
She's obviously a driver.
Yes.
I mean, it's got a few battle scars and stuff like that.
Right. Don't you build a car to drive?
Well, that's what I'm into it for.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, it's like you say, everybody builds Fords and stuff like that. The Plymouth is a different car, different looking car, and one that's really hard to get anything for.
Right, exactly. You can't find any really replica parts for it or anything in reproduction. It's very limited. These are factory square headlights. These are not aftermarket. You know, I painted the bezel for that street rod look, but those are factory glass headlights. That's how the front end was. Other than the bumper being gone, you know, I shaved everything off.
And then this would have been, it wasn't really chromed, it was like a...
Yeah, they were like stainless steel inserts that went in it. So the whole front end was chrome with the bumper and the splash pan. And then these were chrome, I painted these. It had a 2-piece hood, I did a 1-piece hood on it, punched a couple louvers on the side panels. So kind of giving it that street rod look, you know. It's got the Kragers on it, the drag stars, and steel running boards on it. I Frenched the back end, rolled the back pan, so it's a lot of fun. It's got my tweed interior. You can see in here, it's high tech. It doesn't fit my personality.
It is really different. You're all blanked out there.
Yes.
Is it digital? Or
yeah, it's all digital dash. Everything's behind it. You know, you turn on the key and the light, and it all lights up, and everything comes to par. So.
But you haven't chopped it or anything. It's pretty much the body, the stock body on it.
Yeah, it's a stock body.
Kind of the bustle back.
Yeah, the hump back, a split window. It's got the grilled taillights in there, all rolled. Everything's gone. No gas filler, nothing. Just your typical monochromatic street rod.
Yeah, something you can just have fun with.
Yes, it's for fun.
And it's cool. It's a very cool car.
Thank you.
It isn't really what I think of as you, though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No, the Merc is what I think of as you.
Okay, that's more me.
That is you.
Yes.
Let's go check that baby
Okay.
out. Now this baby's sweet.
Thanks.
This is really pretty. 42 Merc.
42 Merc.
Which is a pretty rare car.
Yes.
That was when they stopped making
That was when
cars.
they stopped making them, yeah. Really hard car to find.
This has got some history because this is a recreation of a car your dad did way back.
Way back when. Him and my mom were married in '59. And this is the car, replica of the car of what he had when they got married. This was his little, you know, sleeper hot rod that he had that he used to run around the streets with and get in trouble with. And this is the replica of that car.
So he built it like over 57, 58, 50, that era
yeah.
that he built it, and she looked like this.
She looked like this, yes.
There's a lot of early hot rod and touches in this thing.
Yes.
I mean, the Frenched headlights.
Yeah, you got 54 Merc headlights Frenched in. You got a creased hood.
Uh-huh.
You got a rolled back panel with 41 Studebaker tail lights.
This isn't fiberglass.
No, that's still. The 42 Merc had a double grill. There's actually another grill down in here that he covered up back then. And then he put his turn signals back in there, and excuse a little dent there.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, there was a nice peak driveway, and Dad was, you know, coming a little too fast. So kind of bumped it, so boom, we'll get that taken care of.
So that's recent too, eh?
Yeah, this is recent.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's all right. That's what they're for. They're for to drive and enjoy and have fun.
So it's lowered. Is it cut springs or?
No, it's on a dropped axle.
Okay.
It's still got the front one-piece axle. It's got a dropped axle on it, just like what he did.
And you know, the interior is great. I mean,
Thank
it's,
you.
Again, real old school.
Yeah.
That's not a 42 Merc dash.
No, it's all Chrysler. Push button shift. Yeah, that's what he had back in '59. He ran a Chrysler with a push button shift.
So those pedals would have been out of the Chrysler
Pedals
too.
are out of the Chrysler.
And that's how he had the interior back then.
This is how he had it. Yeah, this is the car that they had in '59, and this is what he drove off in their wedding. I have one picture that exists with him and her right by it. And so the car was built off of his memory.
Man.
It wasn't any reference.
So no other body mods really.
No, it's pretty basic, simple. Yeah.
Man, I mean, you're
It's
talking
straight
about
black.
late 50s custom. I mean,
Yeah.
it just has that look.
It's a sleeper hot rod is what we wanted. Sitting on a rake on big and littles.
And Chrysler powered, because
And
that was
Chrysler
pretty
powered.
hot, you know, and that was a hot engine.
Yeah.
So you wanted to get that sleeper look,
Yeah.
but have some punch to it. And,
Oh, of course.
yeah. So this is one that I mean, obviously your dad drives it.
Yeah. Drives it quite a bit.
If I promise not to hit anything with it, can I drive it too?
You know, this one, I don't know. How's your insurance? Is it okay?
Well, it hasn't been canceled recently.
Good. Then I say, yeah, let's go. Let's turn the key on and see what happens.
Let's ride.
All right.
Any trick to this hot rod, or she just fires right up?
Just fires right up.
Fires
Turn
up.
the key and here we go.
Like it should.
That's right.
Ooh,
at that.
what a great sound.
It's 1959 again.
Back in time.
That's
back
right.
in time. And the push button shift
Push
is
button
so
shift.
cool.
What a great day for a cruise here in
Oh
California.
man, it is like perfect. This is really an old school ride all around.
All around.
Well, it's a perfect SoCal rod. I love that sound.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just a fifth of Beethoven for me.
Yeah, one thing I noticed right off the bat is you got the power steering by Armstrong.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Get a good workout driving this baby. Love the front end of this car though. You know, straight on. It just looks great. Turn?
Now let's turn. Let's see where it takes us.
Works for me. I don't know if I got turn signal or not, so I'm using
I
old
just
school.
always point. I'm going that way.
I'm going this way, right? button. Man,
That's right.
And I love how they're laying down.
Yeah. Because normally on the Chrysler, it's up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this way sideways.
And what are the hubcaps on this?
Now, those are 55 Olds Fiestas. Highest flight tires. Didn't have radios in 59. Well, they did, but
Yeah.
this way. It's fun when you get in this thing and it's been sitting for a couple days and it's cold. You jump in the car and it kind of rattles your teeth until the tires warm up.
It's square. They're
That's
square
right.
to begin with, right?
That's right. You got them little flat spots. For your entertainment, Dennis is pushing it.
What a sound.
And that was hot rodding is all about.
So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.